Hey guys, welcome back. West Carolina Megalodons University, continuing on in Season 4. And so far this season, we're ranked number 2 in the country, and we've been balling out, undefeated so far. But we could not be undefeated if we didn't have our star running back, Montel Meja. The elite dev player is absolutely insane. Broke records last year, and he's looking to do it again this year. He's currently ranked number 4 in the Heisman, which is the first ever time we've had any votes in our entire franchise history. He looks to continue that trend as we continue on in this season playing against number 16 Missouri. If we look at the season stats so far, Taylor Rambo has had just under 1,200 yards passing and has 9 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. Not as clean this year as he has been in previous seasons, but he's still playing pretty well for us. Running back though, we've had just under 500 yards and 7 touchdowns from Montel Meja. He's averaging just under 6 yards a carry in a breakout season for him. Evan Rhodes is our leading receiver. He has 410 yards and 3 touchdowns. And Vernon Lyle's also stepping up quite a bit as well with 20 catches for 332 yards. Defensively, Sheldon Dennis is leading the team in tackles with 22. Chad Eddy has 10 TFLs and 3.5 sacks. He has been absolutely balling out so far, from switching him to power back over to defensive end. And Jimmy Ferrer is also having a pretty solid year as well with 3 sacks. Glenn Hicks is leading the team with 3 interceptions, but Missouri's up to a 90 on their defense? That's wild. Their team's actually pretty solid. This is the first time we've actually played against Missouri in this dynasty, and I always thought they'd be a cool team to be a dynasty for. Carl Connell is looking like he's going to be the starting quarterback, just over 1,000 yards. He's having a pretty similar season to Taylor Rambo, just a little less passing yards. Good completion for him on the first throw as they're just trying to keep things short. Moving the chains pretty well for them as they're going to try to run it up the middle. Not a lot doing though on that run, and that was almost intercepted. Oh my gosh. That was so close to being intercepted. They're just going to run up the middle, breaks a tackle, and he gets 6. Second down and 4, dropping back, throws it, it's incomplete. Billy Turner laying the huge hit, and he's going to go down for the sack. DeAndre Harris is going to get in there and get the sack. He was untouched, knocking down Connell. So it's going to bring up the 4th down situation, and they're going to have to punt the ball away. Great defensive stand for us to start this game as Evan Rhodes comes out with a chance to score on offense. Just going to run the ball and lose a ton. Not doing anything there on first down. Throwing this thing deep to Vernon Lyle. It's caught it out of bounds for a 37-yard gain for Vernon Lyle. Good pitch and catch as Montel Meja gets a good run for 8. Offense is clicking pretty well so far. Goes with a quick RPO out to Xavier Lee. Gets a good gain. Up already over 50 yards passing for Taylor Rambo. Is this the day he breaks out? He's been a little bit slow to start this season. Jadarius Brown with a little run. Gets about 4 yards for that. We'll try to go back to Xavier Lee on the screenplay, and he fights for... Oh, he didn't get the first. I don't know how he didn't get the first there, but it's a drop. And so after the drop, we'll see if we can just run it with the QB and gets the first. Good QB sneak from Taylor Rambo's. Will run up the middle. Montel Meja's going to get in for the touchdown, and we're going up 7-0 early over Missouri. Montel Meja has just been such a great player for us, getting another touchdown early in the season. And so on second down, they're going to throw it short, and it's going to be not much gained there at all. 3rd down and 5. Connell dropping back, tries to scramble out of the pocket, and he's going to break a tackle and get the first. Oh my gosh, how does he get the first there? Good pressure, forces the incompletion though, but unbelievable how he gets the first, and what a play by the wide receiver, getting a huge gain. What is the defense doing right now? We are falling apart, and it's just allowing so many big plays. Just really unnecessarily, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, is we're just going to give a wide open touchdown to the tight end up the middle. Unbelievable. How do we give up a play like that? So after the score is now tied, Taylor Rambo's going to come back out and see if he can do something to get the lead back. After the first quarter though, it is tied 7-7. Both quarterbacks having pretty accurate games. Motioning over, going to run the ball up the middle to Montel, and he's going to get 6 more. 3rd down and manageable. Throwing it over, throws him by a lot. Gonna bring up a punt situation. Taylor Rambo just, his accuracy is a little sketchy so far in this current season, and it just makes it tough for us since we have Tyron Colclough in the backup spot, but it just makes it very, very difficult for us to, on purpose, bench our starting quarterback who's broken records in 2 consecutive seasons. And that is a massive gain from their wide receiver, and he's going to have a huge gain breaking tackles. So all the way out of bounds inside the 40, and he was not fooled at all. Zach Cody gonna get the sack on the play action bootleg. Huge loss. As they'll try to run the ball back, and he's gonna get a massive gain. He gets all of it back in one run. What is the defense doing right now? And okay, just kind of threw the ball into the back of the fullback's head, and we'll take that though. 3rd down and 12. Gonna throw it underneath, just make the tackle perfect. So we'll hold them to a field goal. Let's hope they miss it. Oh, he barely made it. So barely making the field goal makes this a Missouri lead 10-7. We've not had a lot of close games lately, so having one here is a little bit different to get used to. 2nd down and 10, drops back, throws it to Vernon Lyle underneath, and he gets a nice move and somehow doesn't get the first again. How are we not getting the first downs here? Just going to have to use Montel to be able to get that first down. We'll go back out to Xavier Lee. They figured it out this time. They had some people there. We only gained 5 yards, and we have a deep throw to Ron Marshall. And the mailman's got a huge gain down to the 10. A massive gain from Ron Marshall on the corner. He just really burnt his defender there. 6-yard line. Throwing to Montel Meja. Breaks a tackle. He's in for the touchdown. 2 touchdowns for Montel Meja early in this game. Just not even halftime yet, and Montel's already on the board twice. Defensively, can we keep them out? Good little RPO. Gets 7. Basically a 2-minute drill situation for us. Throwing in, and it's intercepted by Jay Crawford. And this is going to be a huge return for a touchdown. Jay Crawford, the slot corner's going to jump the route and takes it all the way to the house. What was Carl Connell thinking on that throw? On the run, across body, terrible, terrible choice. So we'll kick it away with a lead, 21-10 now, as that was a fast transition. And that is almost intercepted. Sheldon Dennis just couldn't get over there fast enough. Little underneath throw, and where is the tackling? What are we doing? What is the tackling on this current team? Huge sack is going to bring up a 2nd and long. Throws a quick out and gets a few. 3rd down and slightly more manageable. Throwing a bunch of crossers. Really nothing open so far, but he has Forever in the pocket. And Jimmy Ferreira makes such a clutch play. That play has happened so many times where the QB scrambles for a first down, and Jimmy Ferreira puts a stop to it. That is why he is our #1 rated defensive player at a 91 overall. Good throw to Xavier Lee for a huge gain. And we're already across the 50. And wow, Montel just a little bit faster, and Montel Meja is going to take that for a huge gain. Just doesn't have anybody open, and he's going to have to throw it away. 14 seconds left. 3rd down and 4. Taylor Rambo going to run with it. He can't get the first. So we'll have to settle for a field goal. The kick is up, and it is good. So we'll increase the lead to 24-10 at halftime. Very even so far in passing yards, literally 1 difference. So we will receive the ball at the half, giving us an opportunity to really kind of try to put this one away. Up by 14 points, trying to increase the lead to Evan Rhodes on the jet touch pass, and he's just not fast enough. But up over 200 yards on the day for Taylor Rambo. Throws a quick little RPO and nothing there. A little screenplay was not it. We'll try something on the other side. Not great play call there. So did not work out very well at all. It's his 3rd down, and he's hit as he throws, and it's almost intercepted. Oh my gosh, that was so close to being intercepted. That would have been awful. 1st down for Missouri. Trying to get back in this game. QB scrambles with it, and he's so much faster. And he luckily slides. If he would have kept running, he could have had a massive gain there. And the tight end, or whatever that is, tight end receiver, that guy's massive. I don't know who he is, but number 89 is absolutely balling right now. We cannot cover him. And a huge sack from Sheldon Dennis. A perfect time for the safety blitz. The safety blitz was a perfect call to be able to keep him in the pocket. Now we have spies, we have contains. We are not going to let Carl Connell bring them back into this game. We've done that so many times with other scrambling quarterbacks where they have wheeled their team back into the game, and we are evolving. We are not doing that this time. 2nd down and 9. Under pressure, breaks a sack, and then goes down anyway. 3rd and an eternity. Just gets hit in the face. He was hit as he throws, so it didn't really work out as much. We did have a guy open, so it'll bring up a punt situation afterward, and it's muffed. And it's somehow picked up by Missouri. That would have been huge. Would have been nice as they're going to go read option style. He jumps over a defender and gets a huge gain. Nice 10 yards on the run, and we're going to call another blitz, and he goes down. DeAndre Harris with another sack. Carl Connell's taking some pressure right now as it's a perfect call for the screen pass. 1st and 10 up the middle, nothing doing. Gonna lose even more yards. 2nd down and 12. Nothing there other than a flag, and it is coming back. So it's 2nd and 22. They just throw it behind the line of scrimmage, and he breaks the tackle. 3rd and 20. It really seemed like he gained more than that. But either way, just gonna have to throw it out of bounds. Good coverage by the defense, holding them to a potential field goal as it is drilled from nice range. So an 11-point game as Bachman is going to be back to return. Gets actually mauled. That is why he is a corner, not a receiver. And oh my gosh, he is wide open. If he wouldn't have been hit as he threw, would have been a wide open throw. So instead, we'll just try to go back to the air to Vernon Lyle, and it's intercepted. There is a flag. Let's hope that is PI. I hope that was PI. Yes. Thank goodness. He had a step too. Vernon Lyle definitely had a step. So very fortunate we're going to end up getting PI. And that one is a great catch from Tyler Davis. One of the first catches of his career. As the quarter ends 24-13. What a throw from Taylor Rambo, putting where only Tyler Davis could make a play on it. And he really did, though. 1st and 10. Wide open Vernon Lyle. Down inside the 10. 1st and goal. Running with Montel. Nothing. 2nd and goal. Drops back. Throws to Montel. That was a sketchy pass. Barely caught by Montel Meja as he goes up the middle and gets in for the touchdown. A huge score. It's 31-13. Really not a lot of hope left for Missouri. They have to score and score in a hurry. Throwing it, almost intercepted by Jay. He almost had his 2nd pick 6 of the day. That would have been awesome. And that's a good find. Good read by Carl to be able to fit that in the tight window. 89 is the guy we're going to have to double. I feel like he is catching every single pass right now. Gonna scroll out and can't get it. Good job for the screen to be blocked. Throwing it deep. It is caught for the touchdown. Tyrone Smithfield gets destroyed on the fly route. And I mean, it's not over yet. Back to an 11-point game. Under 5 minutes left in the game. We'll try to run the ball to Montel Meja, who's going to be fast enough to get the first. Able to drain more and more clock. Anthony Allen up the middle. Down to 3 minutes left in the game. Needs a first down so we can start getting some of the timeouts taken. 4th and 1. This is a big 4th down call. We're going to go for it, and Anthony Allen's going to get it. And that should do it to be able to run the rest of the clock out as we win 31-20 over Missouri. That was a gutsy call to go for it on 4th down, but it paid out very well as we're able to succeed on the 4th down conversion and able to run the rest of the clock out. Taylor Rambo, nice QBR. He was 17 for 23 for 279 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. Montel Meja had his 20 carries, he just really couldn't get it going. He had 2 touchdowns, which was nice, but only 73 yards. 6 catches for Vernon Lyle was the team leading. And he had 72 yards receiving, though Ron Marshall had 3 catches for 78, who led the team in reception yards. And defensively, Sheldon Dennis led the team in tackles with 8 of them. 2 TFLs for DeAndre Harris, including 2 sacks. Another sack for Zach Cody, Sheldon Dennis, and Devin Skates. With 1 interception for Jay Crawford, which was his first pick 6. Jamerson Collin, however we want to pronounce it, he commits. Kasim Stoneburner, awesome name, he commits. As we're just getting more and more commits right here. Miles Poole looked like he also commits. He's at 95 speed corner. Love that. Colin O'Malley commits the right tackle. He looks like he could be decently solid for us. And then there's Jamerson Collin with 92 speed. And Kasim Stoneburner is a gem with 89 speed. He could even maybe be like a linebacker for us. But it's time to see how things shape up in the ACC as we continue against North Carolina. They're ranked number 23 in the country. So far the season series, or really the franchise series, is even at 1 win apiece for both us and North Carolina. Taylor Rainbow looking to give us the advantage with our 2nd win against them as he trots back out onto the field. But it's time to get Montel Major back running again as he goes up the middle for a nice gain of 15 yards on the first play of the game. Is this another Montel Major game? Oh, it might be a Vernon Lyle game as he gets a huge gain on the first play from passing. Montel Major back up the middle, another gashing run. What is happening to North Carolina's defense? Non-existent. As we have a 2nd and 9, play action fake, scrolling out of the pocket, throws to Vernon Lyle, it's caught for a 1st down. And we're inside the red zone already. Throwing to the corner of the end zone, and he overthrew him. Oh, he had Ron Marshall for sure there, who couldn't hook up. 3rd and 13. Gonna throw, oh gosh, what was that? Oh my word, he threw that so far inside, it was supposed to be a corner route. Instead, we'll have to settle for the field goal. Just almost throwing that one away. Such a horrible pass. Jordan Shipp, number 1. He is the receiver to watch this week, as he's been balling out for them this season, having about 300 yards receiving. Good find immediately, as that is a great tackle from Tyrone Smithfield. I'm kind of excited for Tyrone to be done. I don't know. He's been up and down so far over the course of his entire season. As it's a forced fumble, Devin Skates, and oh, we couldn't get it back. Devin Skates forces the fumble, but we're not able to recover it. But we'll get the ball back after the punt. Up the middle with Montel Major. Blocking is fantastic, 10 yards. Just fantastic blocking so far for us as we are really dominating in the trenches right now. Throwing that, and it's intercepted. Oh, we should have waited. I feel like we felt the pressure, and Taylor Rainbow got rid of it too early. Is that Caleb Lavalley? I feel like I remember him getting an interception against us earlier in some other franchise. But, yep, it is Caleb Lavalley. Just didn't. Yeah, we threw it out of sack. That's what it was. Because we needed to wait a little longer. If we would have waited and been able to throw it like right-ish here where the circle is, that's a massive gain. I mean, Ron Marshall's probably still running. But instead, it's underthrown and behind him. So a good catch over the middle has North Carolina on another drive. Nothing really doing on that first run as our run defense has been okay so far. Bringing up 3rd and 2. Gonna roll out of the pocket, and we're gonna stuff them there. 4th down coming up. Sheldon Dennis making big plays as that is wide open. Way too much space there as that is a free touchdown to Jordan Shipp. And that is not what we wanted to do to start this game. So 7-3, we are behind actually for once. Vernon Lyle getting a nice gain there on the drag route. We're going to run the ball back to Montel Major, who gets 3 out of it. Really feel like we should have lost yards, but he somehow gets 3 yards out of that. Throwing it, and it's underthrown severely, and it's intercepted. Oh my gosh, Taylor Rainbow, this is starting out to be maybe one of the worst games of his entire career. What was that throw? Taylor needs to clean up his act. Another sack, though, for Chad Eddy. 3 sacks already at the end of the first quarter. It's 7-3, and Taylor Rainbow is not performing well against North Carolina. But here we go. So starting the second quarter underneath, it's dropped. Good hit underneath, forcing the incompletion. As it's 3rd and long, he underthrew him. Oh my, that definitely could have been a pickup there had the pass have been a little bit better, but we'll take it. As Jadarius Brown actually has a little chance to return something here. So back on offense, can we just go back to the run or something? A nice little jet touch to Evan Rhodes for a first down. We just need to keep the ball out of Taylor Rambo's hands for a little bit. He needs to settle down. It's even a home game too. Like, it shouldn't be that bad for him right now, as he's just going to scroll out of the pocket and throw it out of bounds. The pressure was there and there wasn't really anybody open. Throwing it underneath. And a nice catch for Ron Marshall over the middle. Try to run the ball up the middle again. Not much happening there. Gets 3. Second down and 7. Just drops it off quick and actually loses yards. How did we lose yards on that play? Definitely thought for sure it was a gain. But instead, we're going to end up getting the first. That was kind of sketchy. I don't really feel like we should have gained the first there. But hey, we are not going to knock that for sure. Third down and 10 after really nothing happening on multiple consecutive plays. First down run up the middle for Montel. Meja gets a huge run. Inside the 10. Up the middle for Montel, and he's stopped at the 2. Give him another shot. Up the middle. Touchdown, Montel Meja. And we are back on the board, back in front. 10-7 now. As they'll throw that, it is a great throw. And like I said earlier, Tyrone Smithfield needs to get it together. He's the one who's getting demolished right now. Him and DeAndre Harris. You don't really see Billy Turner ever getting demolished like that. It's just the 2 OG guys from a while ago. As that's a good run from the QB. Making it a 3rd and manageable. Runs up the middle, and it's a... How did he not get the touchdown? And now we'll just give it to him for free. So there we go. They're back out in front yet again. And oh boy. Defense is not really doing super well right now. But I mean, we've also been putting them in some bad situations because of the Taylor Rambo turnovers. As this is a nice little pitch play to Montel Meja, and Biggers can't get out of the way. Play action. Throwing it underneath to Anthony Allen, gets a nice gain of 10. Pitch play back to Montel, who's going to power his way forward and get the first. Great powerful run for Montel Meja. And that is a good blitz from the linebacker to be able to contain him there. Montel is going to go back for another first down. He's already at 91 yards on the day, getting closer and closer to 100 already. We're not even at halftime yet, and it's getting real close, and that was open. That was an open throw. He just couldn't hit him. And there we go. We're going to hit him on the next attempt, as Ron Marshall's going to get inside the red zone. 32 seconds left. Trying to more or less run the clock out. Throws it quick to Rhodes and nothing. 2nd and 10. Throwing it underneath. He's hit as he throws. He definitely had the guy open. Just couldn't get it there fast enough. Over the middle, Vernon Lyle to the 4. 10 seconds left. Running up the middle. Can't get there. We'll have to call a timeout. We have another attempt, and that is beautiful. Up the middle to take the lead before the half. 17-14. Montel Meja having himself a half right now as he's trying to continue his Heisman efforts. Just honestly really glad that Montel Meja is stepping up and having a Heisman season from Taylor Rambo kind of having a regression year. He's not playing super clean, as he already has, what, 4 or 5 interceptions right now in the season? Like, that's not the Taylor Rambo we know. As that had an opportunity. 4th down coming up. As a good defensive stand for the Megalodons is going to get us the ball back. Gonna go, oh my, that we've been doing way too many of those RPOs, I think, because they are starting to pick up on it. Gonna just scramble out of the pocket. Rambo gets a yard. Doesn't really get much there, and kind of not really worth it for how much damage he took. But Montel Meja gets stuck on the lineman, and it brings up a 4th down, so we'll have to punt the ball back. The defensive stand doesn't really do too much for us, as we end up just giving the ball back right away. Good broken tackle, but we're going to get him down at the 20. 1st and 10 over the middle, drops it. Good hit from Billy Turner to force the drop, and that is a nice quick throw. Broken tackle out of bounds. 3rd down and short. Just dumps it off quickly and a hit. Oh my gosh, what a fantastic open field tackle to be able to bring up another punt situation. And what a juke from Jadarius. Back to the ground game for Montel. That's been what's working for us. Only gets about 3 yards on that play, so not super great, as Montel Meja is going to get a good run, and he gets down to the 50. Up over 115 yards now. Evan Rhodes gets swallowed up for a loss. Up the middle for Montel, 3rd and manageable. It is 3rd and medium. Throwing it quick, good vision to Jadarius Brown, and up the middle again. Montel's going to get another 1st down. Just give the ball to 26, and he is going to do what he needs to do. Another run up the middle for 6, as they cannot stop Montel Major. 3rd and 4, pitch, play. Did you see what just happened there? It kind of seemed like he did like a alley-oop or something. That was weird. Either way, we're going to get the 1st down, which is nice. But Taylor Rambo just going to run up the middle, and he gets hit hard, but gets to the 1. Taylor Rambo is such a nitty-gritty runner. He really puts his head down and just tries his hardest. Montel doesn't get in. We'll give another opportunity, but Xavier Lee is wide open for the touchdown. And a good drive from West Carolina to be able to really stick it to North Carolina here. Draining a lot of the clock, too, because we're down already to the 4th quarter of play. After that play, it's 24-14. 4th quarter of play, down by 10 points. North Carolina finds a good pass to Mr. Ship, and that could have been intercepted for DeAndre. DeAndre Harris just walked right by it. Definitely had an opportunity to get the interception, and instead we're just going to allow a massive run. And it's another 1st down to the 30-yard line. Play action, fake, throws it at his feet. I am so glad this QB is so inaccurate, because he could definitely be picking up way more. 3rd and 1. Little jet touch pass, and there's nobody there. Good gain to the 9. Going back RPO. Wow, Billy Turner. I don't even know if that was really Billy Turner, though, to be honest. I feel like the wide receiver just ran right into Billy. Underneath, and wow, that got ricocheted up in the air. And they're going to have to settle for 3 points, so it's 24-17. 5 minutes left in the game. Just an opportunity for us to run the ball. Montel gets a fantastic cut move on that play, really opening up a lot of space as Evan Rhodes gets a nice juke move, and he's down to the 45. Down to 4 minutes now in the game. A few 1st downs away from effectively ending this game and getting another win on the season. Good little RPO for Xavier Lee, just stay in bounds. Down to just over the 2-minute warning, as we might have to let Montel rest. He's getting pretty tired over there. Timeout is called. It's a 3rd down situation. Need to pick it up. Can't do it. 4th down. So we'll have to punt it away. That is not what we wanted to see. And that is a great punt. Downing him at the 7-yard line. Throwing it over the middle, and it's a huge play. And he's going to be beat deep. Russ Whalen's not going to catch him. He's all the way down to the end zone for a huge touchdown. And North Carolina's going to tie the game. Unbelievable. North Carolina ties the game with 1.5 minutes left. Jadarius Brown thought about it and should have just stayed in the end zone. Taylor Rambo has not been in a situation like this before, and he has Vernon Lyle for a huge play down the sideline to the 20, to the 10. He's going to just sit down and help to run the rest of the clock out, as that is the better move down the road, because that is Taylor Rambo's 10,000th career passing yard, as we're going to try to just run the ball and get more time off the clock. Another timeout called for North Carolina, as that is their final one. So we are free to be able to get this into the end zone. Somehow don't. Brings up a 3rd down. QB sneak. Taylor Rambo's in for the touchdown. And we are going to have a 7-point lead. Able to drain another 30 or 40 seconds off the clock. Well done. Over the middle. It's intercepted. Jason Cross Jr., and he's got a chance, just a QB to beat, and he makes a miss. It's a pick 6 to end the game and make it even worse. And wow, he's just giving him an earful right to the QB after the play. That had to be some sort of penalty right there. That is a little much. Jason Cross with a fantastic defensive play to ice this game. So 38-24 final score here at home as we are going to continue on. Montel Major getting 164 rushing yards on I think a career high 29 rushes, having 2 touchdowns as well. Taylor Rambo at 21 for 33, 254 yards, a touchdown, and 2 interceptions on one of the worst games of the season for him. He did come up clutch when he needed to, though. Montel Major gets that 29 carries for 162 and 2 touchdowns. Taylor Rambo also had 1 rushing touchdown. Receiving-wise, Vernon Lyle went off. 7 catches for 159 yards. Dominating everybody else. Defensively, everyone was very even in tackles. I mean, nobody really stood out. 2 TFLs for Devin Skates and Tyrone Smithfield. A sack for Chad Eddy and Devin Skates. And then a half sack for Sheldon Dennis and Tyrone Smithfield. 1 interception for Jason Cross Jr. again was the pick 6 to seal the game. As Steve Garrison, that power running back, is going to commit. Randy Dobbins, wide receiver, he's going to commit. James D. Imperio, the middle linebacker, commits. We're just raking him in right now. Marquis Thurmond, right tackle, he commits as our stadium atmosphere is continuing to increase. Getting closer to the top 100 now. Montel Major increasing in the Heisman votes. He's up to 3rd place now. Well, it's now time to play against Virginia Tech, and this place is humping right now. Wow, this is a sellout crowd. This is probably one of the biggest stadiums that we've had to play at in quite a while. This one might be a little bit difficult. It's going to give Taylor Rambo a little run for his money, especially because this has been a little bit of an off season for him. So we'll see if he can hopefully keep it together this time and get us a dub. So Taylor Rambo at 1,700 yards on the season. Can we get to 2,000? Not much doing on that one. Go with a little jet touch and gets a nice little gain. Makes it 3rd and manageable. Under pressure, Taylor Rambo breaks the sack and then goes down anyway. Good pressure from Virginia Tech to be able to force a punt on the first drive for us. Great punt, though. Knocking them out of bounds deep in their own territory. Jimmy Ferreira and company to come out here and see if we can put some pressure on Virginia Tech, and a good tackle. Sheldon Dennis all over him. And he's going to get there for another tackle. 3rd down and 10. Basically just getting back to the line of scrimmage, and he gets the first. Unfortunate, but a good throw. Taylor Mason with a nice little run up the middle, though, to get some yards. As they're going to go in the little zig play, and it's a nice catch. Good play for them as they're going to try it deep, and it is caught! Oh my gosh, William Watson threw it perfectly over Billy Turner. And Billy should have just swat the ball down for sure. He thought he had an interception. As they're going to scroll out of the pocket and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, it's a sack. Sheldon Dennis is going to get credited for the sack there. 2nd down and goal. Runs, breaks a tackle, and good defensive stand. Keeping them there to a 3rd and goal. No gain. Gonna scroll out of the pocket again. He has a beat on him and he missed. Oh, it's a touchdown for Virginia Tech. Definitely had him dead to rights there and just couldn't get him. So after the huge score from Virginia Tech, it's back to Montel Major and company. Gets a nice 7-yard gain. We're gonna go under pressure. Throwing it off to DeAndres Biggers. And he gets a nice gain and a 1st down. A huge gain as we're past the 50-yard line. Montel Major gonna cut back upfield and gets a huge gain of 22 yards. And a 1st down to the 28-yard line. 2nd and 8. Drops it underneath to Vernon Lyle, gets the first. Good drive so far for West Carolina. Can we capitalize on it? Down to 2nd and 1. Inside the 10. Good play with the D tackle. Stopping Montel in his tracks. 3rd down and 4. The Stadium Pulse won't let us see who we want to throw to. And it's going to bring up the end of the quarter. 7-0 Virginia Tech. 4th and 4. We're going to have to go for it here, I think, from the Stadium Pulse. We have a guy underneath. Throws it and he drops it. No, Ron Marshall. Ron got hit. He ran into multiple linemen. If he just came out free, that's a 1st down. Oh, no. Ron Marshall might have just messed that up by himself. A huge gain over the middle. After the massive gain, we need to get a stop. If they drive down the field and score points, it's going to be a massive problem for us. 3rd and 14. QB scrambling out. Had a nice guy there to spot him up. Getting the stop, and it's 4th down. And what is this punt? And why is it not a fair catch? Okay. Jadarius Brown, I'm glad he held on to it. Because, geez, just trying to go quick to Vernon Lyle. Can't really get much going. 4-yard gain. Another quick throw to Vernon Lyle, and he's going to get a nice gain on the RPO. 1st down. Underneath Vernon Lyle again. He's just always open. This man is always open. 2nd down and 8. Under pressure, and he goes down for a massive sack. Would have loved if we would have been able to get rid of that one, but instead, we're just not going to pick it up. So it's 4th down situation. Kick is up, and it is good. So on the board finally, as it was getting close to the end of the quarter. And if that was a better pass, it could have been picked. So lucky for Virginia Tech. That's a massive shot from Zach Cody also. 3rd and 9. Has a guy deep. If he would have saw that guy on the right side of the screen. But instead, he didn't see it and is going to punt it away. And what is this punt? Can we? I don't like that at all. That's going to be a fumble. Something's going to happen at some point here, and I don't like it. Montel, just fighting for yards, gets 4. Back to play action fake. Rolling out. Not really anything there, and he ends up getting a sack. We needed to just get rid of that pass. Throwing it deep, has a step, but he underthrew it. And it's going to be another punt situation. Are we not going to score a touchdown by halftime? 1st and 10. Under some pressure, and it's a fumble. And it's going to be picked up by Deshaun Conway. What just happened? That was a strip sack in the end zone to take the lead. Oh my, I did not see that coming at all. Who forced that fumble? Chad Eddy hits him first. Jimmy Ferrer hits him. That's not a fumble. There's no way. We need to hurry up and get rid of that because that could have been challenged and turned around quickly. So maybe we kind of escaped with one right there. As he's going to throw that, and it's knocked down by Ferreira. 2nd down and 10. Huge play from Sheldon Dennis. Bringing up a 3rd and 10 situation. Throwing it underneath. We have multiple defenders there, and he's not getting it. Timeout will be called. So we have another opportunity to score some points here. I hate this punter with everything. It's just going to at some point end in some sort of horrible play for us. As Vernon Lyle gets a great gain. Just over 30 seconds left, and he goes down for the sack. 2nd down. Open guy, and he missed him. Vernon Lyle was wide open, and he couldn't hit him. And Vernon Lyle's open again, and he missed him. Twice in a row. As we'll go to halftime up 10-7. Such a disappointing half. Multiple drives ended with no points that should have ended in points. Is the crowd getting to Taylor Rambo? I feel like it is. Wow, I've never seen the ball hit the crossbar and then hit the screen at that point. And that is a good deflection from Glenn Hicks. That definitely could have been a huge gain. 3rd down and 4. Throwing it underneath, and another great tackle from Jason Cross Jr. Getting the sure tackle. And this time we're going to bring our guy down because we just know he's going to punt it 5 yards. So we are evolving now. We were assuming it was going to be just a one thing, but Montel Major getting a nice gain of about 14 and a 1st down. So Montel's really not had any success today. So it will be good for us to try to get him something. And he's going to take a massive sack. Taylor Rambo, what are you doing? You got to get rid of that ball, or you have to just sit down and take the sack earlier. Don't run backfield for 20 yards. Great punt, though, is going to give us another opportunity for a safety. Just going to try to continue to run the ball at the middle, and we're just giving him free space. Chad Eddy getting the good stop, though, but we didn't see it coming as they're going to hold it on the read option and gets the first. 1st down, 30-yard line. Nothing doing. Going to get him for a huge loss. 2nd down now, another run for the read option. Runs up the middle. They are living and dying by the run right now. As then as soon as I say it, then they actually start to think about doing a pass. But then they're going to end up running with the QB anyway. So we've just had a spy pretty much for the entirety of the game because we just know, again, he's going to run with it. 4th down situation, another super short punt, and nothing new. So 2 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. Back to the jet touch for Xavier Lee in a nice gain. 1st and 10 up the middle. Another run for Montel, and he's somehow on his feet still. Gets 9 yards. Good run at all. He's just not fast enough. Just not fast enough there as we're going to go underneath to Ron Marshall. Ron's kind of been a non-factor as well in this game. 3rd down. Throwing it quick to Xavier Lee to the outside. Gets a few yards and a 1st down. As we will get to the end of the quarter, 10-7. Is our score at the end of the 3rd quarter, getting closer to the end of this game. Just one of the tightest games I've seen in a while. I mean, there's really no points being scored. Good run from Montel. Gonna give it to him again, and he gets the 1st. Going to the quick RPO, and Vernon Lyle for the touchdown. What a move from Vernon Lyle. Spins in between 2 defenders and scores the touchdown. Who would have thought he actually had possession of the ball before it even started spinning? Good quick throw, and Vernon Lyle just really embarrassed those corners there. Getting the touchdown to extend the lead to 17-7. So Virginia Tech in some dire situation right now as they need points fast. Under 7 minutes left in the quarter, and a good deflection. Knocked incomplete. Billy Turner playing some good defense. Throwing it deep, and it is going to be intercepted by Billy Turner. They tried him again, and Billy Turner shuts the door and gets us an interception. Billy Turner, just a lockdown player, and he finally gets an interception to his name. We'll have an opportunity to try to run the ball, and he gets a yard out of it. I don't know how he even got a yard, to be honest. Montel Major getting a nice cutback and a huge gain, and he's down at 88 yards right now. Getting closer and closer to 100 yards again. Running the ball to Anthony Allen. Up the middle, powers his way down to the 10. Gonna try to run the ball to Montel, and he can't get much. Under 5 minutes. In this game, Montel's taking some damage. He is definitely taking quite a lot of damage, and yeah, he's so slow right now. Gonna have to force us to kick a field goal. We're gonna let the time run down on purpose because I know every time we're too close, and yes, exactly, every time we're too close, we miss the field goal. So instead, we'll go back by 5 yards just so that we can drill it to end the game. 20-7. The final score. West Carolina is going to get the win over Virginia Tech. As Vernon Lyle, having himself a decent day, 6 catches for 62 yards and a touchdown, only had 200 yards of total offense. 131 passing yards for Taylor Rambo and a touchdown. No interceptions, but just not a great day. Really couldn't get anything going against this defense. Montel Major did end up getting his 100 yards on 23 carries, but he was generally bottled up all day long. Taylor Rambo has taken so many massive sacks that was really hurting us. Vernon Lyle again leading the team in every category, and Xavier Lee getting 4 for 43, mostly on kind of those RPO plays though. But holy smokes, 15 tackles for Sheldon Dennis, including 6 TFLs. That is tying the record for most TFLs in a game for our franchise record. Wow, what a day for Sheldon Dennis. 2 sacks also for Chad Eddy, 1 for Jimmy Ferreira, and half one for Sheldon Dennis. Billy Turner ends up getting his interception. I think that's the first one of the season. Tavarius Lacoste, I think is his name, he commits. And boys, we're up to #1 in the country after that last win over Virginia Tech. Can we continue to keep going? So oddly enough, this is already senior day. This is the last home game of the season. So we're going to end up wearing our light blue helmets with the regular home jerseys. Just kind of switch it up a little bit as Taylor Rambo comes out to start this offensive possession against ECU. Our bitter rivals, probably the #1 rival we've really had. They are the first loss that we had as we played against them early in season 1. and they got a huge win at the end against us, and it was such a heartbreaking loss for us because we really had an opportunity to beat them. As that's a wide open man up the middle. Good throw to Vernon Lyle for the first down. Great find from Taylor Rambo. We need to keep that up. Oh man, if Montel's a little faster. But so they are our bitter rivals as we got an open throw deep to the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown. It's a massive touchdown for Evan Rhodes as he gets on the board after the huge play. Good throw. Just a little behind him, but it worked out anyway. As we're getting on the board. As it's time for the defense to show up now. So Sheldon Dennis coming out here to lead the defense. He is one of the seniors who will be leaving at the end of the season along with DeAndre Harris. Those two have had quite a history with us so far in this dynasty. Sheldon Dennis has been here since day one. That's a great deflection, incomplete. But Sheldon Dennis has made so many big plays for us, a couple huge wins, some forced fumbles along the way. He's really helped us to clutch up some games and get multiple victories. DeAndre Harris, our team leader in interceptions for a career and season. He has been really good in that respect, but he does get demolished over the top for multiple touchdowns. He's been mossed so many times that I can't even count. And that could have been intercepted, but it's dropped from Jason. Jason Cross has, it's 50-50. He's either going to get the interception or he's going to mess it up horribly. Good hit from Billy Turner, but a good catch as ECU is driving right now. They're already inside the 10-yard line. Underneath throw and not much. Again, Nathan Leacock's one of those guys that we have to play against right now as he definitely has an open guy. Just going to end up throwing it out of the back of the end zone and settling for the field goal, which is actually a miss. He missed the field goal. That's the same problem we have. For less than 10 yards from the end zone and on a hash, it's a guaranteed miss almost. Good broken tackle from Montel Meja. Spins upfield and he's down outside the 40. A huge play for Montel Meja. What a play for Montel Meja to be able to get ourselves in a situation to keep the drive alive. The end of the first quarter, though, 7-0. West Carolina with the lead. Xavier Lee is one of the seniors on offense that we're going to be losing. He's a wide receiver and has been here for a while. Vernon Lyle gets a huge catch down the sideline. He's all the way down to the 3. Vernon Lyle is such a weapon on the outside, as that is 2,000 yards for Taylor Rambo this year. Good find from the team captain. First and goal run up the middle. Montel can't get much. That's another decision we're going to have, though, on the option play. Horrible pitch, and it's out of bounds. Taylor Rambo. Can we settle down here, bud? Apparently we can't. So we're going to have to settle for the field goal, which is up, and it is good. So we continue to push our lead ahead to 10-0. But defensive captain needs to be selected at the end of this year. Sheldon Dennis is the current defensive captain, and we're going to have to make a vote for who our next defensive captain is going to be for the next season. Play action fake. I definitely thought we might have a little penalty there for illegal contact, but instead they're going to break a tackle and get some yards. Already across the 50 again. Can we get a stop? We were kind of lucky that they didn't score any points on that last possession. Great catch. Great catch. Play action fake. Has all time in the pocket. Throws an interception. And it's intercepted by Jay Crawford. And he's going to take it back to the 17-yard line. Jay Crawford reading it like a book. And it was underthrown into the back of the end zone. So we'll go back on the run for Montel. And he doesn't get anything there? Really felt like he should have had at least some yards. And we'll get 4. Third down now. Just going to have to scramble out of the pocket. Taylor Rambo not fast enough. And it is going to be a punt situation. If he was right-handed, we probably could have hit the little hitch route. But throwing it across body, not the most reliable. So we'll just settle for going with the punt. First and 10. Throwing it behind the line of scrimmage and a good TFL for Tyrone Smithfield. Gonna just reverse up field and gets really nothing. Back to the pretty much the original line of scrimmage. Almost intercepted from Tyrone. Forcing the punt. as it's 4th and long. Gonna run the ball on 1st down to Montel getting another nice gain and a 1st down for West Carolina. Back on the ground again for Montel as he's having a little bit better of a day today. Play action fake. Can we get it to Ron Marshall? Good catch and a 1st down. Basically the 2-minute offense. Can Taylor Rambo get some points here? Running over, gets 2. 2nd down and 8. To Ron Marshall over the middle for a 1st down. 25 seconds left on the clock. Throwing it underneath for a few yards. So a timeout called. Play action fake. Scrambling out of the pocket, just throws it away. 3rd down and 4. Throwing it to the end zone. It is caught! Ron Marshall, the mailman, with a fantastic grab. What a catch from Ron Marshall. Taylor Rambo threw a dart to where only Ron Marshall could get it, and Ron Marshall climbs the ladder and mosses the defender. Look at this picture right there. Incredible catch over the corner. At the half, it's 17-0 as the offense for West Carolina is clicking on all cylinders right now. 17-0 against our rivals starting near in the 2nd half. We have an opportunity to really take it to them. Play action fake under pressure, and down he goes. DeAndre Harris with another sack. Moving him over to linebacker has been pretty good for us, as they're going to run the ball to the running back, and he's going to make a man miss and gets a huge gain. Huge run as they find the open outside receiver, and he gets absolutely leveled. That's got to be one of the biggest hits I've seen so far. Holy smokes. What a shot that receiver just took. Throwing it, and oh my gosh, Jason Cross. How many times you going to drop the interception? 3rd and 8. Trying to seal the game away. Good tackle. But Tyrone Smithfield always gets beat by those plays for the most part. 2nd down. Play action fake. Throwing to the end zone. It's almost intercepted. Almost intercepted on that last play. And another shot. Ross Whalen really just drilling these offensive players from ECU right now. 2nd down and short. Throwing to the end zone. It's caught for the touchdown. Guess who? Nathan Leacock again. Nathan Leacock always gets a touchdown on us every single time we play against him. And they are on the board. So 17-7. As we will have an opportunity to get the points back. Goes with a little toss play to Montel Meja. Makes a little back juke and gets 2. Back on the ground to Montel Meja, and there's a flag down. There is a penalty. Looks like a hold on the offense. Speaking of offensive line, after that huge just hit makes it incomplete. Got to throw it deep, and it is knocked incomplete. Good deflection by the defense. But as far as offensive line goes, both of our tackles, they are also seniors, and they will be leaving in the upcoming offseason. And can we get this guy on the ground? I think that just about wraps up the seniors that we have. Not too many leaving this year, so we should be really even better next season with a lot of these guys returning. I mean, obviously some juniors might leave early to try to declare for the draft, but I don't really feel like we're at that point just yet. But we'll see what happens as we get closer to the end of the season. But it's kind of weird to talk about in only week 8, as we only have 7 games played so far. But here we go. Little misdirection and tries to get the ball off to Xavier Lee. He gets a few yards to a 3rd and 3. Up the middle for Montel and a 1st down. Continuing to move the chains. Tries to get it back to him on the screenplay, and he gets 5. So Taylor Rambo up over 200 yards right now, and a huge loss. Nothing really doing there at all. Good throw. He just barely missed him, and Ron's going to drop it. That is a big drop from Ron. It was not the easiest catch in the world, but he has definitely made those catches multiple times in the past. But we're back to 1st down, and that was a tight window throw. End of the 3rd quarter, 17-7. As we have just 1 quarter of play remaining in this game. ECU needs to make something happen quick as they're still down. Going to play action fake again on first down. Throws it. I don't even know who he's throwing that to. He's in the middle of two receivers and just nowhere near anybody. Dropping it off quick and a huge hit. Russ Whalen. Russ Whalen is wailing on people right now. And it's intercepted by Tyrone Smithfield. They tried to test him with Nathan Leacock. And it's a huge interception from Tyrone, as that is going to put some serious pressure on ECU, especially if we can score points here. Xavier Lee gets the first down. 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Little screen pay to the tight end for not much. 2nd down and 10. Run up the middle for Montel, and he gets hit hard. 3rd and 7. Dropping back, throwing it to the end zone. He underthrew him. Would have been a touchdown to Ron Marshall, but instead we'll have to settle for the field goal, which is up and right down the middle. 22-7. Throwing it to Billy Turner's side, and it's a nice catch for the first down. Throwing the quick zig. We knew that was coming from a mile away, and they're only going to get 3 out of it. Huge hit over the middle, forces the incompletion. Glenn Hicks with a good coverage, and down he goes for the sack. Chad Eddy getting such a clutch sack to bring up 4th and long. Chad Eddy chose such a great time to be able to get the sack on the QB. So all the marbles here on 4th down. Throws it right at Jason Cross, and he actually catches it this time. Jason Cross down the sideline to the 5. Touchdown, Jason Cross. Another pick 6 for Jason, as that's going to be another game-sealing pick 6. That's the 2nd of the episode. Huge play from Jason Cross, but that'll end the game. 29-15 is the final score as West Carolina continues its undefeated season at 8-0. Currently, Taylor Rambo, decent game, 236 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. He had 65% completion percentage, which is not bad, and a pretty good QBR. Running-wise, Montel Major got his 22 carries, only had 74 yards though, averaging just 3 yards a carry. Couldn't really get it going. 4 catches for Ron Marshall for 53 yards. Evan Rhodes had 4 for 57, both of them having a touchdown. Ron Marshall's was just still so filthy. Vernon Lyle, though, led the team in receiving yards with 86 of them on just 3 catches. Defensively, 7 tackles for Chad and Jay Crawford, 2 TFLs for Chad Eddy, including 2 sacks, and 2 TFLs for Sheldon Dennis, 1 other sack for DeAndre Harris. Handful of interceptions. Tyrone Smithfield had 1. Jason Cross had 1. Jay Crawford had 1. Dalton Brockle, the wide receiver, will commit. We really were looking forward to him, as Montel Major is still just kind of floating around 3rd place in the Heisman even after that kind of letdown of a game. We'll see if he can continue to improve it, though. We have a nice little lead for the ACC to be able to make the ACC championship game. Stanford might be the one giving us a run for our money, though, as they're ranked number 22 in the country, and they have a pretty good conference record. NC State also in that slight opportunity that they might be able to do something against us, but they did just lose their last game, which is really big for us. But looking at a snapshot of the season stats, just under 2,100 passing yards for Taylor Rambo. Not looking like he's going to break a record this year. Has 14 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, 67% completion percentage. Montel Major is just under 1,000 yards. He actually might hit it pretty early on in the season. Has 11 touchdowns. He's had 11 for the last couple games. He has not been able to get into the end zone for the last, 2 games in a row now? Vernon Lyle has 42 receptions, kind of dominating in receptions, 711 yards receiving and 4 touchdowns. Evan Rhodes, 28 catches, 518 and 4 touchdowns. And Ron Marshall's kind of having a little bit of a letdown year also, only 20 catches on the season through 8 games. Defensively, Sheldon Dennis is demolishing everybody in tackles with 52 of them. TFL's Chad Eddy has 17 TFLs and 8.5 sacks. He's getting closer and closer to taking the record team history for TFLs and sacks in a career. Jimmy Ferrer has 4 sacks, 13 TFLs. DeAndre Harris even has 4 sacks. Kind of surprising that DeAndre Harris and Jimmy Ferrer have an even amount of sacks. Interception-wise, Jason Cross and Glenn Hicks have 3 interceptions. They're both tied for the lead. And Glenn Hicks has also 5 deflections. But boys, that's going to end it for this current video. We'll continue on with the back half of Season 4 in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in the next one. But until then, why don't you check out one of these videos.